The Taoiseach has said institutional investors buying up suburban estates is not acceptable. Micheál Martin was speaking in the Dáil, which heard that workers and families were being deprived of the chance to buy a home because of what was happening.
This is a new housing estate in Maynooth, County Kildare. Many first-time buyers had hoped to buy one of these homes, but an institutional investor has now purchased a large number of the properties. The move has sent ripples through the political system, with the opposition adamant it is the result of government policies that offer sweetheart tax arrangements to big investors.
This cushy regime gives massive financial advantage to very wealthy investment funds, and in truth no person trying to buy a home could possibly compete with them, not in Maynooth and not anywhere else.
As the Housing and Finance Ministers met to discuss the matter today, there was an unequivocal response from the Taoiseach.
The purchase by institutional investors of completed housing estates is unacceptable. And not consistent with government policy. And not consistent with government policy. We do not want institutional investors competing with first-time buyers.
However, when any changes might occur to prevent this happening again was less clear, as more opposition TDs spoke of inconsistencies with the rules as they stand.
It's not just that they're buying these estates, but you will find that the state will be on the other side with long leases where they will, over 25 years where they'll be leased.
No county council should be on the other side of this. Let that go out loud and clear now from government. No county council should be on the other side of this, engaging in a long lease with these institutional investors of that estate.
But the government is tonight under pressure to utter more than just strong words, and to instead offer concrete assurances to first-time buyers.
And Micheál joins us from Leinster House tonight. Micheál, housing was a problem facing the government pre-COVID. It's firmly back on the agenda now.
It is, Eileen, and there was a sense of unease, I think it's fair to say, at both the Fianna Fáil and the Fine Gael parliamentary party meetings tonight on this particular issue. People like the Dublin TD, John Lahart, expressing deep worries indeed, and suggested perhaps there has to be a way of looking at financing builders without relying on big investment funds. A suggestion too that perhaps when it comes to purchasing those homes, there could be a cap, that it could be just one purchase per person as a way around it. At the top level of those parties, the Taoiseach adamant that things will happen quickly. He says they will happen immediately, and he's now spoken to the key ministers involved about this. But what exactly is going to be done to ensure that, as he says it, first-time buyers are not in competition with investment funds, not entirely clear yet. At the Fine Gael meeting, unease expressed there too. The Taoiseach saying that in many ways this is the result of central banks worldwide printing money, and as a result physical assets are being purchased. in Ireland, but he says this has consequences for people living here, and the government must act to ensure that this doesn't become what he said was an enduring phenomenon. So the key to all this is action, but it's not clear exactly how it will proceed yet. The Labour Party, though, wants something to happen before the end of this week. They're saying that a piece of legislation that Darragh O'Brien, when he was in opposition, proposed, where at least 30% of the homes and new developments will be guaranteed for first-time buyers. That piece of legislation should be reintroduced before the end of the week. They want the minister to table it. They're saying if he doesn't do it, they will put down the same bill word for word.
Micheál Lahan, thank you.